Good evening, dear students. Today we are going to continue our lesson concerning writing. And as usual, I'm the teacher of Bukhara State University. I'm N Odinayeva, and I teach at the Faculty of Foreign Languages. Today we're going to talk about case study. What is it and what kind of types of case study do we have, and also which rules should we follow, and what is the structure of case study do we have, and so many questions we have got to answer today. And so let's start. What is case study itself? The definition for this and the case study concerning John Jaring. Here I've written the author of this statement. His quotes I've taken for our today's presentation. Case study is the approach as an intensive study of a single unit or a small number of units. It means the cases for the purpose of understanding a larger class of similar units. It means a population of cases. Today, our plan for our video lesson is follows. What is case study? Stages, the use, types of case study following the purpose, structure of case study according to Yin, questions where you are going to answer, and by the way, you are going to check your consolidation or your comprehension of our video lesson. So, the main advantage of case study is a real-world problem in detail from many different viewpoints. It doesn't just restrict itself to a single research procedure, such as a library search or interview data, but it could use either. At the beginning problem, I've included the structure of case study and how is that, how this organized. At the beginning, you should give the problem, and afterwards you follow the stages, or we call them steps, to solve this problem. So you should give the problem, then solve it. To solve, you should describe this and evaluate it to the solution. A case study can make use of the followings: library research, interview, questionnaire, observation, diary, historical documents, and also collection of current documents. You may just also include all these documents which are given on the top. Case study can be included, can be given in this all list: library search, interview, questionnaire, observation, diary, and historical documents. And concerning the purpose of case study, Yin identified three different types. The first one is exploratory. The second one is explanatory, and the last one is descriptive. And we're going to analyze, and also I'm going to discuss and describe every single type of this list. What is exploratory case study? Is initial research that tries to look for patterns in the data and come up with a model within which to view this data. In this kind of research, you would collect the data first. Data, it means all these facts, all information we are going to give. And you would then try to make sense of it. During any reading you needed to. Research questions for this kind of case study can focus on what questions? If you remember, we already talked about 6 journalists W and H questions, and here you are going to give one of the questions, which is what questions. What are the ways of increasing sales, for example? I gave the sample here. And then we are going to step to descriptive one. Descriptive case studies, they take this further and try to obtain information on the particular features of an issue. This type of case study will require a theory to point the data collection in the correct direction. Research question here can again focus on what, but it should lead to questions such as what have been the effects of a particular sales activity. Here you are going to fulfill your question with other details, not just the only what, but also you are going to give or enrich your question with other additional information, which will ask you to give more information about it. Explanatory research continues this event further by trying to analyze or explain why or how something happens or happens. Research questions in this case are more likely to be often of the how or why type. If we consider it in our previous types, we considered mostly the questions what, but here we are going to consider or contain, just let's have the answers for the questions how and why. We're going to start explain with the evidence. We're going to give the evidence here and also give the reasons here. Why did a particular promotion activity lead to increased sales? And concerning the structure or following the structure of case study, Yin distinguishes 6 different types. The first type is linear analysis. The second one is comparative. The third one is chronological. The fourth one is theory building. The fifth is suspense. And the sixth one is unsequenced types of this case study, following the structure. Don't forget, because we don't confuse it also. You may ask the question, we have just talked about the type, but the previous types concerned the purpose. But here we're analyzing the structure. I mean, the types concerning the structure, but not the purpose. And if we had 3 types following the purpose, but following the structure, we have got 6 types. Linear analysis is the typical business or scientific research report structure organized in the IMRAD style. Comparative study looks at the same issues several times from different points of view. It means that you should analyze from different points of view. You should touch every single field and every single point which you have here. Question. Chronological, it is the third type of report. It's to present the evidence or in chronological order, gradual building up the descriptive and analytical structure. Here you should follow the chronology to have or to just prove these parts. Theory building, the fourth type of our case study following the structure. In this structure, each new section of their report will show a new part of the theory being represented. Suspense. In this case, the outcome or conclusion is presented initially. The remainder of the report will then develop the explanation. And the last type of case study is unsequenced. This is useful when the case study consists of many small sections or studies. It is important, though, at the end of the stage to pull everything together. It means you bring to one to one whole piece with all stages which you have followed, you bring to conclusion. So during our previous lessons, we touched all these parts of writing, free writing, pre-writing stages, and free writing as well. And also we had assignments, and case study is one of them. And here I've prepared the questionnaire questions following our today's video lesson. The first question is, what is case study? And what are the stages of problem investigation in study? The third question is, name the types of case study according to purpose and characterize them. You should just characterize, not just name them, but also you should give the characteristics. The fourth question is, name the types of case study according to structure and characterize them. The first one, as I told you before, it was the type following the purpose, but the second is the following the structure. And the last one will be the task where you are going, or you should create the case study following one of the purposes I gave you in my previous slides. So thank you for your attention, and I'm looking forward to the answers to these questions which you see on this screen of my notebook laptop. Thank you very much. Goodbye.